Today we'll be looking at geometric sequence. Now you can check my video on arithmetic sequence, but today we'll be talking about geometric sequence. Now in geometric sequence is a kind of sequence in which each successive term is found by multiplying the previous term by a fixed non-zero number, which is called the common ratio. I'm going to say that again. In geometric sequence, each successive term is found by multiplying the previous term by a non-zero number, which is called the common ratio. Now, in geometric sequence has a general form. This is the general formula. T sub n equal a dot r raised to the power n minus 1. I'm going to define each of the parameters. So A stands for the first term in this sequence. R stands for the common ratio. The common ratio is in form of fraction, either the second term divided by the first term, or the third term divided by the second term, or the first term divided by the third term. And then we add n, which means the term number, or the number of terms. The number of terms. And then T sub n. Now T sub n has a relationship with n because every term number produces a corresponding T sub n. Now T sub n is the corresponding value of n, because every n produces a C sub n. Okay, let's assume we have a as the first term. Then I'm going to multiply the previous term by a common ratio. I'm going to get a dot r. If I continue in that sequence, multiplying the previous term by a common ratio, I'm going to get a dot r squared. If I do that again, multiply the common ratio, which is a fixed number, a fixed value, by the previous term, I'm going to get a dot r raised to 3, and that goes on and on in that sequence. Now let's take a question. Let's say we have 1 over 5, 1 over 10, 1 over 20, dot. The question says 1, generate an n term for the sequence. Now the next question says find the 7th term of the sequence. Now we want to generate an n term for the sequence using the general formula, which is T sub n equal a dot r raised to n minus 1. Now, in order to generate, we need to know what the first term is. A is the first term, which is 1 over 5. We need to get the common ratio. The common ratio simply is the second term in the sequence is 1 over 10. So 1 over 10 divided by the first term, 1 over 5. If I do that, 1 over 10 times 5 over 1, which will give me 5 over 10. So the common ratio is 1 half. Or this is the common ratio, is 1 half. Now we've gotten the common ratio, we know what the first term is. We want to generate an n term for the sequence. So T sub n, it will be in terms of n, equals, I'm going to plug in 1 over 5 for a, so 1 over 5 dot. The common ratio is 1 half raised to the power of n minus 1, because my answer will be in terms of n. So T sub n equal 1 over 5 dot. This is 2 raised to the power negative 1 n minus 1. So T sub n will be 1 over 5 dot. I'm going to multiply the powers, so 2 minus 1 times n give me minus n. Minus 1 times minus 1 will give me plus 1. So t sub n will be 1 over 5 dot bracket 2 raised to the power 1 minus n. So this is the n term, for the sequence. Now the next thing we want to do, we want to find the seventh term of the sequence. So that shows that when n is 7, we want to get the corresponding value for t sub 7. Now I already know that a is 1 over 5. Common ratio is 1/2. So I'm going to do t sub 7 equal, I'm going to plug it, either I do plug it in here or plug it in here, I'm going to get the same value. So for this, a is 1 over 5 dot, the common ratio is 1/2 raised to the power n is 7 minus 1. So t sub 7 would be 1 over 5 dot 1/2 raised to the power 6. So t sub 7 would be equals to 1 over 5 dot 1 raised to the power 6 is 1 over 2 raised to the power 6 is 2 times 2 raised to the power 6 is 64. So this means 1 over 5 dot means times 1 over 64. So 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 64 will give me 320. So that is the corresponding value for n. I said every n produces a t sub n. When the term number is 7, I have 1 over 320. Now I can use this other one, t sub n, in terms of n, 1 over 5 dot, this is 2 raised to the power 1 minus, now the term number means when n is 7, so I'm going to plug in 7 here. So I'm going to get 1 over 5 dot 2 raised to the power 1 minus 7 is minus 6. So this will be t sub n, t sub 7, because I plug in 7. T sub 7 will be 1 over 5 dot, this means 1 over 2 raised to the power 6, which is 1 over 5 times, dot means times, 1 over 2 raised to the power 6 will give me 64. So therefore t sub 7 will be 1 times 1 is 1 over 5 times 64 will give me 320. Very simple. Thanks for watching my video. Always subscribe on my channel if you've not done that. God bless you.